Hey guys, every Sunday we have Tales from the Truck Stop. This Sunday we're not doing that. We're doing this video instead. I feel like it's time to, maybe either introduce you guys to some of these folks or reintroduce you to these folks. Maybe you're new to all this because we're always seeing new viewers here. So American Truckers United, I'm going to put some of their stuff on here. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Gourd and FreightX. See, these are some of the FreightX people I refer to in American Truckers United. First, let me introduce you, ladies first, to maybe Danielle. Probably one of the most hardest working people behind the scenes on X. And she's, and she doesn't get a lot of credit for what she does. But we're going to show her some love on here, and I want you guys to show her some love. She comes from a trucking family. It's in her blood, and she is very passionate about it, as you could tell. Take a listen to maybe Danielle.
So when these people come in, these people not American citizens, and I don't say that in a super disrespectful manner, but I'm also very angry today.
I like the anger, but we're also being conversational, so this isn't a derogatory thing. This is just, we're speaking
It
facts.
is, and it is facts. So they come into the United States, and in certain groups, every single person will register with the USDOT to get their own authority. And so they stack up those authorities, the trucking companies. When one gets placed out of service, like the one in Ontario, California today, they may place that one out of service. They have 20 more.
So that would be the trucking company that gave the CDL to the illegal alien driver. So they'll come in and they'll say, you guys are shut down. And they're like, yeah, no problem, because I have 7 other companies from this same exact address.
Correct. And even when we start looking at, so on those inspections, when they're pulled into the weigh station, they also log the VIN on the truck. And so we can go in and look at that VIN and see how many trucking companies it's been associated with. And the dates will all line up. And it's not always a red flag per se, because trucks can be sold. A driver can go work somewhere else. Those are easy to pick out and say, no, that's not an issue. But some of these, the entire fleet of trucks will move from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And they just keep going, and no one stops them.
So this past March at Mid-America Truck Show, I was introduced by a guy named Gord. I was unfamiliar with him. And since then, I've come to know who he is and how important he is to the trucking industry, especially on X and on other various websites that he writes for. He's actually writing a book, and I interviewed him not knowing who he was at the time, and I feel embarrassed about it, but we got to know him, and here's what he has to say at Mid-America Trucking Show last March.
This is Gord.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
I like his name. His name is awesome. It's like Gordon, but Gord is even better. My name's Isaac, but Ike is better, way better.
Sure. Be like Ike. Everyone likes Ike.
Yeah. Hey, so where you at on English? Where you at on truck drivers speaking English in the trucking industry? Where you at on that?
In the United States.
I'm just putting you on the spot.
No, in the United States of America, English is the lingua franca of the road, and in order to take part in America's collaborative and convivial driving culture, it's best if you communicate in the language of the people that live here. I think that's pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah. But it's not being enforced.
Yeah, no, FMCSA waived that in 2016, and I don't even think they remember.
No, they don't. We don't even know. Anyway, what are you doing? Tell us about your book you're writing and podcast and all that.
My name's Gord. I host the Voice of Gourd podcast. It's audio. It's on all your major podcasting platforms. I write about the trucking industry on the side for a living. I've been featured in Newsweek magazine, The American Conservative, American Compass, a DC think tank. I'm sort of their trucking guy. I've written in various locations. I have a Substack called Autonomous Truckers, where I investigate what's becoming of the American truck driver. I've investigated the implementation of autonomous driverless trucks in their development before they get here out on the road. And I'm writing a book. I'm in the middle of writing a book called End of the Road, Inside the War on Truckers, which will be printed at the beginning of 2026. I'll be here at Matt's selling copies. There'll be a Kindle version, an audiobook version for y'all to listen to while we're going down the road. And the book is going to be an investigation into all of the various factors and policies and just the things that are making life difficult for the American trucker in 2025. With all the history, interviews with people, stories from my own career. I did 4 seasons up on the ice in Canada. I drove truck in Australia. And, you know, I'm going to bring all that stuff to you.
Dude, Australia. Road train, did you do
I was working in Western Australia.
So jealous.
I did,
That's my
doubles and
list.
triples up the west coast between Perth and a little place called Karratha, Broome, Newman. I sort of spent a bit of time down there, yeah.
Man, because I've been wanting someone to like to sponsor me a trip. Not like American company, an Australian company.
Right.
Because, oh, you got to come over here. Because we were really driving flip-flops here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well.
Yeah, I am actually pro flip-flop for the right people in the right place.
Yeah. How do they find you?
Right, so I'm on Twitter at Gord McGill, and then my Substack is autonomoustruckers.substack.com. Punch my name into your favorite search engine. My podcast, The Voice of Gord, is on all your major podcasting players.
And we have American Truckers United, Shannon Everett, that's that man right there, and Harvey Beach, one of the guys is very vocal, but he's not really in the spotlight that much. You know, he's running a trucking company, he's a busy man, but very passionate about everything that we're doing and very supportive and very great with his words. And most of you guys always see Shannon Everett. He's just as passionate and just as good as his words. But these guys were leading the charge before OOIDA was ever to wake up out of their nap. Take a listen to some of American Truckers United greatest quotes and hits, or what have you want to call them. Let's go.
The American Trucking Association advised our federal government that it was okay to give non-citizens what's called a non-domiciled CDL. And it's important to note that a non-domiciled CDL cannot even be used to board an airplane in our country. The Biden administration, with their open borders policy and under the advisement of the American Trucking Association, created the Biden Trucking Action Plan in 2021. And the results of that plan flooded hundreds of thousands of unvetted non-citizens into the long-haul trucking segment. The majority of these folks cannot read, speak, or understand English. And again, I would like to point out a non-domiciled CDL cannot be used to board an airplane in our country. The American Trucking Association and the Arkansas Trucking Association endorsed the Biden Trucking Action Plan. Since that plan has been put in place, there has been an effort by the American Trucking Association to pass bills in as many states as possible that allow for non-domiciled CDLs and even non-domiciled learner's permits, which was in the original draft of House Bill 1745.
Of course, the American Truckers United did not sponsor 1745. They did not approve it. It was I believe that House Bill's 1569 is what they were going after. And Arkansas Trucking Association, who is, basically ATA approved, went to go draft this 1745, which allowed non-domiciled CDLs to still, it just allowed them, just like HR 5688. If you guys have been hearing me talking about it, I'm still going to continue to talk about it. It allows non-domiciled CDLs, and that is what we're fighting. Let's take that's Harvey Beach right there. Great dude right there. Great dude. Let's close it out with Shannon Everett.
I'm Shannon Everett with American Truckers United. More technology is great, but our roads are more deadly than they were 10 years ago. The fraud is higher than it's ever been. And so where's the focus on all of the foreign commercial driver's licenses that are operating on America's highways? Where's the focus on all the non-domiciled commercial licenses that are being issued to non-citizens now that are operating all over America's highways? Where's the focus on English proficiency for commercial drivers. We believe that all of those issues are being overlooked and are a significant driver of the increased fatalities and accidents that we're seeing on America's highways and the increased fraud. And we would like to see a meeting here that's more focused on the common sense issues, not just the technology. I'm not saying technology is not good, but there's a common sense focus here that we're overlooking that needs to be immediately addressed by this organization. Y'all are responsible. I noticed when you were presenting about the new technology, and thank you for bringing up all the different languages, but it also said that you were only able to validate the identities of people in the United States and our territories. What about the guys from Ethiopia? What about the guys from Eastern Europe? What about the guys from Asia? What are we doing to validate all of their identities?
Guys, this is only some, okay, of the people that you guys see. They're doing a lot of things publicly. Then there's certain people behind the scenes. They're doing just as much, but they're not publicly. They're not in the public lines for obvious reasons. They have trucking companies they're running. There's a lot on the line. You guys like us, we're putting our faces out here, okay, and we're fighting a good fight for the American truck driver because we're trying to get it the way it is. Hey, I appreciate you guys watching this special Sunday video. Hopefully you guys follow Danielle, Gord, McGill, and American Truckers United, and of course yours truly, Bonehead Truckers. We gone.